Well, welcome. This is a fun project, transformation to talk about. So we're here in a 60s village, East Village building, really big. Nothing distinct about this building other than that it was so difficult to work in. And we had a client who, fortunately, was really up for making some major transformations, and you'll see as we go through this to cut in some of the shots that we really brought this into a classic, I suppose, a contemporary transitional. She has very traditional tastes, but I think that the change in the baseboards and the change in the doors, the lighting, the biggest thing besides the minor changes to the hallways and the door openings was making this a beautiful space when we had so little to work with. So we had intercom challenges. Fortunately, somebody dropped the ceiling at some point in time, so we were able to wire and bring everything we needed to the places where they needed to be. The biggest change here is the floor. The flooring is one of my favorite, truthfully, today. I don't think it ever will go out of style. It's a rift cut courtesan white oak floor, better grade, that has a Nordic seal on it, which preserves the color, and it's almost got a little bit of a white, you can barely tell, a little bit of whitewash. We changed closets so that, as usual, once I open them, the LED lights kick in, so they're all bright. We had an interesting challenge because of budget, besides changing the lights and everything else, which is normal. We weren't able to do the built-ins, so sadly, this whole area will be an office and open storage. We'll cut in the before pictures so you see. We put in all the wiring for a smart TV. It's an art TV here. Again, coordinated with her, the changing of the heating and central air. It's a central system that's just a unit. It's not a central air. It's a packaged thermal and air conditioner, PTAC. That's what they look like before you put the storage. The problem with this guy is that it's below the floor, and all of the boards in front of it, there's about 3 boards that have to come out. They're all removable. So whoever she has make this unit has to be technical enough to be able to do it. Everything was out of whack, not square. We had to add layer of insulation to the public hallway. We had left the existing crown and then tried to tie molding into it to make it work. One of the key features was to be able to, originally we thought we would, first of all, we had to change the breaker panel, which is on that right corner. We wanted to open this kitchen to be more than a passageway. But once we got into the kitchen, and I'll go over it when we're there, we didn't have enough room between the wall where the breaker panel is and the other desired appliances, so we went back to just having a passage, opening up as much as we could, stepping back the countertop so there's more than enough space, and have a tremendous kitchen there to work with for someone who might like to entertain. And it opened up the space because we're facing, I believe this is facing, it looks like south, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Anyway, a lot of light. It's a lovely change from what it was. Dining room is in this area, a little bit smaller because of having to bring the walls in about 3 to 4 inches for a quiet rock, and insulation. We put in a new intercom. This was the main one, but we moved it from the kitchen here so we could take more time and space in planning what would be here. So every spec, I took this column and put, you know, a small cabinet that's either good for glasses or storage or foods storage. There's a pantry here in front of this column, so we have at least 15 to 16 inches in front of that. So everything I could do, as I usually do with my kitchens, along with the traditional finishes like the crown wrapping around the corners and outside the walls. I kind of love that touch. We did 15 inches on the top. This is, I think it's called, I think it's an Empirica, but it's cedar stone and it's absolutely beautiful. And we did the backsplash as well for the drama. Went with the darker stainless finish. The Frankie sink, the sink grid, but I love, this is a porcelain iron stone. And I just love the fact that it brings in such a dark contrasting finish and pulled in this is Timberwolf, Benjamin Moore, really almost matte finish. It's a satin finish, but it's absolutely beautiful with a flip-up cabinet above. So, and our transformers for our under cabinet lighting are hidden, in the tops of the cabinets that we know somebody won't use. But this kitchen has, even though it's a galley, it's huge. It has the wine fridge, it has the microwave drawer, it has, ample storage on each side of a 36-inch gas range, which, by the way, you probably won't do very much longer in the city. The panel fitting the dishwasher so that we don't see as much. There's a garbage rollout under the sink. I did do some utensil dividers. They took this one out because I have to recut it, but that's for the cutlery. Here's just a regular utensil drawer. And this is a recirculating hood. So this hood is enough you feel it from the other room. And then there's a fan that she has here, an exhaust fan that helps to pull the air out of the kitchen. So we'll take B-roll so you see this. Originally we had the breaker panel here and it had to move to the other side, but we took advantage of really putting storage everywhere and making sure that we didn't waste any space while we still have ample room to be functioning in a kitchen with this size range. It's just incredible. I wish I had a kitchen like this. But let's take a look in the back. We'll go to part 2, which is the back side of the house, which is really her bedroom and bathroom and walk-in closets. The biggest challenge in this small apartment, besides the fact that everything was out of square and it was such a difficult building to work in, I know we're pretty sure we don't ever want to work in this building again. We had to remediate asbestos on the floors and the closets, which is not such a big deal, but it was really the battle with the building architect that just prolonged things that wasn't necessary. But we were able to run the lines and the wiring from that breaker panel in the front corner. Had to come up and around the front windows to get to the bedroom, and then also around over to here, because we have in this closet is where we have the media plug-in. Above the door, it's high speed, I think it's Fios comes in, Verizon Fios comes in, and all this wiring comes into this closet where she will put, the main router and all that other stuff for that. Adding this second intercom was important so you're not stuck. It's like running to the other side of the house or your apartment to get to a food delivery, or someone from the front desk contacting you is a little bit nutty. So we added this, which is a really, I think, convenient thing to have. And of course, all new lighting. I love this little fixture that says home. She found that, which I thought was so cute. All these closets have the LED lights that come on, after you open them. So the bathroom is one of our grand design achievements here, because there's so much going on in this, aside from the custom glass frameless doors, the usage of a black matte finish, which we like on all the hardware, kind of flowed into the bathroom, and we went with a darker finish on most of the fixtures and accessories for the bath. We have an unusual combination of tile. It's ceramic tile with a lot of variation, and it has a great picket floor that continues into the shower, and it has tremendous, I love the variation of color. We saw this in one of the showrooms and we decided that this is what we were going to use. We fell in love with this whole multicolored tile ceramic, and it's handmade, integrated a niche, integrated the finish features that was a mistake by one of my staff to not know that we had this. So rescued just in time. Love having the black. We opened this the other way so it wouldn't bang into the glass. The black frame around the Roburn cabinet. Very handy. And we actually did an old school thing, but I happen to love it when you keep it modern. We put a banjo countertop with fixtures in. I think it's just lovely. Can't wait for her to see it. But let's go check out the main bedroom next. All these closets, of course, there's a master closet that we'll take pictures of later. This is a big walk-in closet. That one is what I would call a hall linen closet. There's another closet, which is probably for her one of these for her brooms and vacuum cleaner and all that stuff. She's just got a lot of space here. I know everybody goes through stuff and they have to like declutter, but it's going to be great when she gets here. But this bedroom is also lovely because it's so light and bright now. I didn't like the blue that it was, and we actually changed all the doors, stripped the door frames, added new casings around this, brought in her smart TV and another, package through the wall air conditioning unit where she'll have the same problem. It has to be removed. These 3 parts have to be removed, the boards, and then she puts a built-in over it. Added all this recessed lighting because there was no light here. Tomorrow we're actually going to come in and do a custom stark carpet that'll probably be about 18 inches around so that she'll have a dresser that won't sit on the carpet and her bed with the side nightstands. Likely a desk that'll go over here and the carpet will probably end about here. We cut the doors so it'll clear the carpet. Doors, these big closet doors all have the LED lighting so that it doesn't matter to me which one. We put it on both sides. It's a magnet relay switch, so it comes on no matter which door you open. Both of the doors have mirrors, so we want to make sure that when you're getting dressed that you really have great light and you can have a scaled perspective of how you're greeting the day. But I'm very excited to see her tomorrow, and hopefully she's as excited about this as we are. And I guess we'll say ciao for now for another great transformation. See you on the next.